All right, so this time we're going to be taking a look at public versus private predicates within an object, because we were looking at our Hello World program, which looked a little bit like this, where we've got a loader up and running, which loads that hello file, which looks like this. And I said to you, we've got a public greet here, which means it's accessible from outside the object. So this time, let's take a look at how we can get objects talking to themselves, not like they're crazy or anything, but they just need to talk to themselves. Yes, that makes perfect sense to me. So let's update the version number because this is going to be quite a big change. Instead of greeting the world now, we're going to do the typical change and we will greet the user by name. So we're going to have to get that username. So let's delete that to there because we're going to write out the username here. And I know that this is currently an uninstantiated variable or ununified variable, but we will unify it before this point. Let's just get the greeting nicely written, and we need to do this in the traditional way of the hello worlds, which means that that exclamation mark is very important. Now we need a way to get in the username, or we will read it in the username. It's a bit IOE for Prolog World, but it kind of needs to be done a bit, not very relationship going on here between the predicate read username and the variable username there, but needs must. So let's create our read username predicate, which will unify username with whatever we read in for username. Now, read isn't really the best choice of predicate here because it's actually reading Prolog terms. So we will give us an atom, but we have to terminate it with a full stop. I'm waffling. Let's give the user some guidance here and ask them what is your name, so we can get their name and they don't just randomly type some nonsense. And we'll put a new line on there so it prints out nicely. So that's an internal call. Right, well, actually, let's make sure it works first, and then we'll talk about what's going on here. SWI LGT for a change. I want to source the loader file. It's a wonderful thing about Logtalk, you can use all these different backends. So our object was called hello, not greet, and the message I want to send is a greet message, which should ask us, what is your name? Very nice, thank you. My name is Paul, and I must send that with a full stop, otherwise the read won't finish. Hello underscore 3. Oh, so it thinks that because that starts with a capital letter, it's a variable. So I'm going to have to also put quotes around it because it's an atom. And there we go. Hello, Paul. Superb. Now that behavior will depend on your backend. So, well, yeah, let's do this for fun. Why not? Let's do Eclipse LGT loader because we can play with different backends on Logtalk, and that's the awesome thing about it. So, hello, greet. What's my name? My name is Paul, and it thought that was an atom rather than a variable, which is fine for me. It works. That's what I need. So what's going on here then? Well, this is if you ignored all of this stuff here and that final line, it would be working just like a prolog prolog file, in the standard way. When it sees a read username here, it goes, oh look, there it is, read username with arity1. I shall look up that in the database and do its whole resolution thing in the prolog way. But if I say I want hello and I want to read that username and I want to get some old username, anyone will do, I'm going to get a predicate declaration does not exist because I've not declared read username public. It is not here. So there's no access to it. But remember, this is a does not exist predicate declaration. Maybe I want to allow some introspection on what's in the object. So I also have the option. Let's do this with full documentation, so we can show off a little bit more of that. So I have the option to mark it as private, which would be called read username. It has arity1. It expects an atom that's not instantiated, and it's not being very clever, so it's only going to give us 1, 0, or 1, I suppose. It could fail, couldn't it? Maybe. Comment is read the username from the command line. Yes, go on. It's good to document our code. Read the name. It's not really a username either, is it? It's not like we've got a whole user management system here. Read the name from the yeah, REPL. let's call it REPL. Read, evaluate, print loop. That's kind of what it's doing, isn't it? Argnames is a name, not username. So now we mark that as private. Let's jump back across to Sui again. And let's ask for hello, read username. Any old username will do. Now we have a permission error. So before it was it doesn't exist. Now it's hey, that one's private. You're not allowed in. Uh, so that's the difference between them. You can use your own wit to decide when you want to do which one. There is a third one which is protected, but we haven't done anything with inheritance or extending objects yet, so that's irrelevant at this stage to you and I. We will revisit it at a later date. So I hope you're enjoying this very quick introduction to getting up and running with Logtalk. If you are and you want to learn more, then please hit the like, subscribe, and don't forget the bell notification so you get notified when there's a new video out for you. Until next time, happy Logtalking.